Online gaming company owner Joseph Taquiro Norton feels Ultimate Bet has finally been vindicated. This feeling comes after the Kahnawake Gaming Commission released its final decision on the Ultimate Bet cheating scandal that made headlines in 2008. Cheating complaints were first launched against Ultimate Bet in January 2008 after some of the players noticed that poker hands would favor players associated with Ultimate Bet. The commission then launched an investigation into the online company. In July 2008, the commission then appointed an independent monitor, Katana Gaming Consultants, to take charge of the investigation. Several months later, the KGC released an interim decision which stated that Ultimate Bet had breached a number of provisions within their regulations. The KGC then imposed a number of monetary sanctions, which until now has amounted to nearly $23 million US. KGC Chairman Dean Montour says, despite the unfortunate circumstances that resulted in this cheating, we are satisfied that the actions taken by the Commission provided an equitable result for affected players. Our first priority. We remain optimistic that this experience and the lessons learned from it will result in a higher standard of gaming regulations for companies licensed and regulated within the Mohawk territory of Kahnawake and elsewhere. The decision also renewed the corrective actions taken by Taquiro Enterprises over the past 12 months and concludes Taquiro provided sufficient evidence to justify the continuation of its license to operate. Taquiro Enterprises will be subject to additional conditions. According to the KGC, Ultimate Bet has taken steps to modify its control systems to prevent cheating and other improprieties. The results of the report have been handed over to certain law enforcement authorities.
Mohawk TV attended the advanced screening of a two-part documentary entitled Kahnawake Revisited, St. Lawrence Seaway, which was held at the Skawanio di Yawananadakwa. The director, Kagwira Cook, was on hand to introduce the film.
So I came here just earlier in the year and somehow Linda found me. I was really keen and interested in learning on about everything to do with Mohawk identity. And I lived on the ocean for a really long time, so when I went to the river, I was totally moved by the power, and I just loved that our community was by the water, and we were water people. So for me, it was personal to take on this kind of project, and it was also really a bit of a personal tragedy just to see how the community's been disconnected from the water and how it's affected our identity. And so I was really happy to work on this project with Linda and everybody else who came together. All the people, the archives in Ottawa, the people I interviewed, just footage that we were able to get from all different aspects. And my biggest concern is because I'm so new here, I want to be sure I'm getting as wide, broad perspective as I can. But there's so many other aspects to the story. So I'm glad to, be here with you guys tonight to get a bit of a story, and it should be just one of many stories. Hopefully we can get in a medium like this where we can show it and to digest it and come away with it. And I know from the previews it did become a little emotional for people. It was more emotional than I was expecting. Again, I didn't know any of these stories first, second, or third hand, really. My grandmother passed way before I was even born, and my father never really lived here, so I just would like to say, you might have to think about it, special place in your heart when it strikes a certain chord.
Kagwira Nordu concluded that he is looking for participants to be featured in future installments of Kahnawake Revisited. For Zawan Aorihwa, this is Gadzitsa Nordu McGregor.
This is an MCK special notice. The Community Protection Unit of the Mohawk Council of Kahnawake would like to inform the community that the Animal Protection Pound has been forced to close until further notice due to canine parvovirus. The virus has infected the equipment used by the service, and the pound has been deemed unsafe for the storage of animals. Therefore, Animal Protection will not pick up or accept animals for drop-off at this time. The community will be notified when the service returns to full operation. If any community member has an animal that needs to be given given up, please call Animal Protection at 450-632-0635 and they will provide you with the contact information for another animal shelter in the area. Canine parvovirus is a contagious virus mainly affecting dogs. The disease is highly infectious and is spread from dog to dog by direct or indirect contact with their feces. And now you're up to date.
Well, don't go away. We'll be right back after we take a quick break.